how could someone create their own community behind their own brand?
Yeah, I think it's a difficult question. I think there's no right or wrong answers with anything that I'm saying. I think it's more what's worked for us. But communities become quite like a buzzword or a popular term now when starting any business. Doesn't have to be streetwear. It could be whatever business it may be. But I think for us, like the way that we created and fostered the community was really like it's not easy. It's like a lot of hard work. It's a lot of like being personal. It's a lot of putting myself into sort of what we do. So whether that's I reply to every single DM, I'm sure some tend to get through the cracks, but if you go out of your way to send us a message or you want to give us feedback or you have an issue with a garment or you have anything that you want to share, like we create a space that's really safe. It's like, okay, you send us a message. It's always using your name, Elijah. It's having an actual conversation. It's not a robotic response like, hi, thank you for this response, blah, 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 blah. It's like, hey, mate, how you going? Hope you're having a really good day. Love to hear this, that, and the other. And fostering like real relationships. Like there's some people on there that I know I've never ever met before, but I feel like I know everything about them. I know what they're up to. It's like, oh my God, I've been doing this, that, the other. I'm like, oh my God, that's fantastic. I've got a boyfriend now. Do you have any advice? Like the places that we go to in our DMs, half the time I'm not even talking about what the clothes are. And half the time I'm not even talking about actual things about the business. It's about people personally. I think that's been like a really big thing of building connections within the brand and building sort of a brand loyalty as well, because, you know, I don't think that we're necessarily just the clothes. There's a message behind it and there are people behind it. We like to put our face to the brand as well, me and Vincent, which is also like another layer of like, oh my God, these guys are just normal guys. Like, you know, I'm not the most fashionable guy in the world. Well, I like to think so, but I may not be the most fashionable guy in the world, but what I am is like I'm a real guy. And like I'm happy to sit down. I'm happy to give people time of the day. I'm happy to provide a community in a space where you can be yourself. And that's all like we really asked for. So that's sort of how we did it. And then the other sort of facet and the other sort of layer that we do is we do a lot of in-person events. So a lot of meeting people. If you come to an event, it's sort of the same thing. Like I'll make sure that I try to get to every single person that comes. Thank you for coming. Are you having a good time? Love to do giveaways at these events. Love to provide value. Like that's like probably one of our biggest questions and motivators. Like how are we providing value to people? Like if you're going to come and show up to a pop-up, I want to make sure that it's worth your while. I don't want you to line up for 2 hours and go, oh, well, shit, I've missed out on this, that, the other. It's like I line up for 2 hours. I met the guy behind me. The guy who owns it's spoken to me. I got a free t-shirt, this, that, the other. So it's a lot of that. It's actually a lot of hard work. It's not something that's easily fostered. It's a lot of hard work to make sure that you're providing a platform and the vehicle that people want to get in and want to be part of. And we have such beautiful people within the community too that like look after each other. Like I can't tell you how many pop-ups I've been to and people have made friends and they message a page like, oh, I've made this mate who's like a mate for life that they met at the pop-up, which is just amazing. Like everyone really cares about each other and we've sort of created a space where that's sort of allowed, because sometimes it's hard, like especially in fashion. I feel like sometimes fashion can be a little bit arrogant. It's a little bit like only a certain person can wear a certain thing and only this type of a person can do this, whereas like I just want a space where everyone can wear whatever they want, however they want it, and style things however they want to and be able to express themselves in that way.
George, you have dropped so many gems and all that. We need to unpack a lot of that. And for listeners that
I went on a bit of a tangent there, didn't I? Far out, sorry.
There was a hell of a lot of gold in there. Oh my goodness.
Hey, if we haven't met, my name's Elijah and I am obsessed with helping streetwear brand owners turn their side hustle into a full-time career. The conversation you just watched is one small part of a greater podcast episode. And so if that is something that interests you, if you enjoyed this video, click on the link that's on screen now and it will take you to the full podcast episode. You're going to love it and I can't wait to see you there.